When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she will always show these 7 signs. How many times have you been unsure, thinking a woman might be interested, but you weren't certain? It's tricky, right? For us, decoding women's signals can feel like solving a puzzle with missing pieces. Sometimes they make it obvious, but most of the time it's all about the details, tiny, almost invisible gestures. I've missed amazing opportunities myself because I didn't pick up on these cues, but after some time and a few hard lessons, I started noticing what was right in front of me. That's what I want to teach you now. Now, imagine the game turning in your favor. No magic or superpowers involved. Just observation and practice. It's like playing a video game. Once you learn the controls, everything flows. With this knowledge, you'll build the courage to act without fear of making mistakes. If you're here, it's because you want more confidence and a better understanding of what's going on in her mind, right? Welcome, my friend. We're solving this today. This guide is for you, tired of second-guessing and wanting to know once and for all when a woman is interested. Together, we'll uncover the 7 signs women often give, sometimes without realizing, when they're attracted to someone. I'll break it down in a straightforward way with real-life examples you can use. Next time you're face-to-face with her, you'll know exactly what to watch for. Sign number 1, prolonged eye contact. Have you ever noticed that sometimes a woman's eyes say more than words? When she's interested, her gaze gives it all away. But hold on, it's not just any look. It's the kind that lingers longer than usual, with a subtle smile or a sparkle in her eye. It's like her eyes are shouting, "Hey, look at me." Before you know it, there's a connection in the air, even without a single word exchanged. A friend of mine shared a great story. He was at a bar and noticed a girl looking at him every time he glanced up. At first, he thought it was just his imagination, but then he realized she was holding her gaze a little longer each time. He gathered his courage, went over to talk to her, and surprise! They hit it off perfectly. See, her gaze was practically a VIP invitation. But not every prolonged look means attraction, okay? Some people just have an intense way of looking at others. The trick is to pay attention to the context. If she looks at you like that during light moments, laughs at your jokes, and shows other subtle signs like leaning toward you, that's when you can confirm her interest. It's all in the details and the repetition. Now think about it. Has a woman recently held your gaze longer than normal? It's one of the simplest, yet most effective signals. Pay attention because her eyes might be saying everything her mouth doesn't. And in the next section, we'll explore how her body language can also reveal what she's feeling. Sign number 2, leaning in and getting close. Have you noticed how some people move closer when they're interested? It's no coincidence, my friend. When a woman is into you, she'll find subtle ways to close the distance, even just a little. She might lean in to hear you better, even when there's no noise, or choose to stay closer in a group of friends. These movements are subtle, but full of intention. I remember a date where the girl, even though she was sitting across the table, leaned forward every time I spoke. It was a clear signal that gave me the confidence to keep going. Her leaning in wasn't just about listening. It was about showing interest without needing to say a word. See how sometimes body language speaks louder than words? But be mindful. This closeness is never invasive. It's always just the right amount, respecting the mood of the conversation. If you're in a social setting and she chooses to stay near you, even when there's plenty of space, that's a big clue. And notice how she positions her body, facing you or slightly tilted toward you. This says a lot about her comfort level and interest. Next time you're talking, watch for this. Is she leaning in, finding reasons to get closer? These details are more valuable than they seem. Now let's move on to the next sign, where her interest becomes even more obvious and fun. Laughter. Sign number 3, frequent and spontaneous laughter. Laughter is like a shortcut to instant connection. If a woman laughs, often while talking to you, it's a strong sign she's enjoying your company. And listen, you don't need to be the next stand-up comic. Sometimes she'll laugh at even the simplest things just to keep the vibe light and show she's comfortable. Once, I was chatting with a coworker about random stuff, and she laughed at everything. It wasn't until later that I realized her laughter was more than just being polite. It was a sign she was interested. You know that laugh that seems to say, "I like being here with you"? Yeah, that happens more than you think. Now, be careful not to mistake forced laughter for genuine. The forced kind is a polite haha with no real enthusiasm. But the spontaneous kind comes with glances, relaxed gestures, and sometimes even a little touch on your arm. It's authentic and creates a relaxed vibe that makes conversations flow. So next time you're interacting, notice how much she laughs or smiles while you talk. This is a foolproof indicator of how much she's enjoying herself. And if you think these signs are revealing, wait until the next one. Small physical gestures that speak louder than laughter. Sign number 4. Gentle touches to her hair and face. Have you ever noticed how hands sometimes say what words can't? When a woman is interested, her small gestures, like playing with her hair or touching her face, can reveal more than anything she could say. It happens naturally, almost like a reflex, showing she wants your attention or is trying to appear even more attractive. It's almost as if her body is saying, "Hey, I'm here." I remember a date where the girl kept playing with her hair every time I said something that caught her attention. At first, I thought it was just a habit, but the repetition, along with her smiles and eye contact, made it clear it was more than that. It was like she was silently saying, "Keep going, I'm interested." These little gestures can be a major clue about how she feels. And it's not just about her hair. Touching her face, running her fingers along her chin, playing with her lips, or even fixing a strand of hair is another subtle way to show she's engaged in the moment. These movements often happen when she's focused on you, creating a sense of closeness and comfort without needing to say anything directly. So next time you're with her, pay attention to how her hands move. If she's playing with her hair, touching her face, or making small adjustments during the conversation, it might be a great sign. Sign number 5. Genuine interest in your life. When a woman is attracted to you, she won't stick to small talk. She wants to go beyond the typical "how are you" and start exploring who you really are. If she asks about your hobbies, dreams, or even something you casually mentioned before, rest assured, she's looking to connect on a deeper level. It's her way of saying, "I want to know more because you matter." One time, I was having coffee with a friend I hadn't seen in a while, and she started asking about projects I barely remembered mentioning. She even brought up specific details from an old conversation. That made it clear she had been paying attention, not out of politeness, but genuine interest. This kind of personalized attention is a huge clue that she's seeking a closer connection. Her interest goes beyond just questions, though. Pay attention to how she reacts to your answers. Does she listen closely? Engage with your stories? Share similar experiences or offer advice? It's like she's building an emotional bridge between the two of you. This isn't just physical attraction, it's the start of something deeper. In your next conversations, observe the quality of her questions and how involved she gets. If she wants to know more, pays attention to the details, and shows genuine interest in your life, it's because she's seeking a connection. And now, let's move on to the next sign, where her behavior in group settings might reveal exactly how she feels about you. Sign number 6. Special attention in group settings. How she acts when you're in a group can say it all. If a woman is interested, she'll find ways to make you stand out from the crowd. This could be through frequent glances, asking for your opinion in group conversations, or even throwing direct comments your way. It's her subtle but effective way of saying, "You matter more than anyone else here." Once, at a barbecue with friends, a girl wouldn't stop including me in conversations, even when I was just quietly hanging out. She brought up topics she knew I liked, like my favorite soccer team, and made a point of keeping me engaged. Those little gestures not only made me feel appreciated, but also showed she was paying close attention to what I said and did. Another common behavior is when she tries to create a VIP zone between the two of you, even in a group. It could be an inside joke only the two of you understand, or a comment whispered just for your ears. This is her way of creating an exclusive connection, a bubble where only the two of you exist. It's clear she wants to make you feel special. Next time you're in a group, take note. Does she laugh at your jokes more than she should? Does she give you more attention than anyone else? This behavior can say much more than any direct declaration. And if you think this is powerful, Wait until the next sign, the casual yet intentional touch. A quick note before we continue. Imagine having the secret to make any woman fall head over heels for you. Yes, it's real, and it's within your reach with the obsession method. This revolutionary method promises something few ever achieve, sparking a deep and irresistible desire that makes her want to be by your side without hesitation. No complicated tricks, no drastic changes, just a precise set of techniques that naturally and powerfully activate female attraction. Think about how it would feel to know you can win over anyone you want without relying on luck or trial and error. With the obsession method, you don't need to be the most handsome or the richest. All you need is access to this step-by-step guide to creating an intense and passionate connection. It's time to turn this promise into reality and join a select group of men who have unlocked the true secret of attraction. Click the link in the comments below and start your transformation now. Sign number 7, casual yet intentional touch. Touch is a signal of interest that almost screams, "I'm into you." When a woman is attracted, she'll find subtle ways to make contact. A touch on your arm while talking, a hand on your shoulder while laughing, or even a playful nudge. These small gestures may seem casual, but they're often loaded with intention. One time during a date, I noticed a girl frequently touching me while we talked. At first, I thought it was just her personality, but later I realized each touch was intentional, even if subconsciously. It was her silent way of building a closer connection and showing she was comfortable with me. These touches usually happen spontaneously and during lighthearted moments. She might, for example, touch your arm while sharing something funny, or place her hand on yours to emphasize a point. It's not just the act of touching, but the frequency and naturalness that reveal her interest. It's as if she's testing your response while strengthening the bond between you. In your next interaction, keep an eye out. Does she touch you more than usual? A casual arm touch or a playful shove can be clear signs she wants to get closer. Now that you know all the signs, the ball is in your court. Act confidently and seize the opportunities she's giving you. The game is in your favor. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel and check out the next video playing on your screen right now.